Gold prices saw a modest increase on Monday following events in the Middle East that sort of created a risk-off trade, and riskless assets outperformed in the early going sessions on Monday, late Sunday night and early Monday. So gold, which had dipped its toe below 1,500 the last 4 consecutive sessions, saw a shoot up to 115.11, and right now it kind of hovers at that level. We'll continue to do so as the fundamentals start to take over from where the technicals failed. We looked at a trade below 1,500 as taking away the upside momentum, creating maybe even a possible bearish shift in gold prices, at least on the short-term basis, but it never came to fruition as things changed. Rising geopolitical risks in the Middle East, accompanied by a plethora of spec longs that have exited their positions, created a vacuum and pushed the market higher. So right now, although I did expect to see a little more follow-through today in gold prices, we didn't necessarily see an exaggerated bit of buying. We saw a push up towards 15.11. That's where we sit, and it will continue to hover there with key central bank meetings later on this week. So again, there's a lot of fundamental events that are happening that are going to supersede the technicals at this point, and we'll have to wait until the dust settles on Friday, possibly even into the middle of next week. So right now, gold price is seeing a bit of upside momentum after looking and waning and dipping its toe into the bear bucket. And if you look at the dollar, yeah, the dollar was higher today too. The flight to quality bid continues, despite the fact that the Fed is likely to cut rates this week, despite the fact that we're seeing other global central banks come in and add to their ease train, their QE, whatever you want to call it, continuing to add more dovish tone to the global stage and try and prop things up. And at this point, a higher dollar would be associated with lower gold prices, but we're not going to see that, at least not until the dust settles again, after we get through these big fundamental events, after we get through what we saw over the weekend in the Middle East, after we get through some of the global economic issues that we have. So right now, the dollar stronger, gold stronger. The speculators exited with both hands the previous week. It was actually the 4th largest this year exodus at 1 week. I think at this point, though, we saw that big price spike up towards the mid 1560s. We saw a massive pullback, and at this point right now, the slate was pretty clean, as we didn't see any exaggerated move lower when we dipped below 1,500, but we did see a spike higher on this event. So I think speculators are now going to be adding very quickly, and you could see them get back up to where they were a few weeks ago as far as their speculative long positions. That would certainly prop the market up. And again, if the Fed comes in with a dovish tone and we see other central banks do the same, it is only going to add to the move higher. So right now, gold poised for a big move higher. Remember, if we get a push down below 1,500 on a sustained basis, we're going to start to be talking about a bearish trade in gold, but we are not there yet. We dipped our toe last week. We did not see a sustained trade, and at this point, it's all about the central banks and how things settle in the Middle East and how the risk-off trade perpetuates as we move forward. Right now, it seems to be moving rather slowly, but it is just the beginning of the week.